Okay. I have something I really want to talk about. I'm sitting here in my yard, and this is something I think about often. And this is it. Stop buying into your own oppression. How do I even want to start this conversation? First off, I'm Jessica Amos. I'm a mindfulness teacher. I'm a boundaries and relationship coach, and I'm the founder of Stay With Yourself, the practice of being who you are, where you are. And I'm thinking about a video I saw today. Someone posted a political video about Trump, and a meme that I saw yesterday, and on and so on and so forth. And a lot of it is just blaming. You know, if this person changed, or if that person changed, or if this happened or that happened, or if you just did this differently, or if they just did that differently, then everything would change, right? Then we wouldn't have this problem. We wouldn't have that problem. Blame. Fine, whatever. Blaming doesn't get us anywhere. One of the memes I saw was, maybe I saw this today, it was like a picture of a bunch of kids in a pool that looked like they were struggling to swim. And then it said, like, basically that's the population. And then at the back of the pool, there's a mom with her little girl, and there was like government and corporation or whatever, and they're having a great time playing in the pool while everyone else seems to be drowning. And my thought was, great, that's fine meme. I get what you're trying to say about government politics, but again, it's blaming, because we're all adults and we all fucking know how to swim. We really do. So this is what I'm thinking about, because this is important. What if every single person stopped paying their debt? What if we stopped? What if we stopped buying into the system? You think about, oh no, but I owe that money, but I spent that money. If I stop paying my credit cards, if I stop paying my school loans, and blah, 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 blah. No. The banks get bailed out by the government all the time. We're not supporting the banks. The government's supporting the banks. And your school loans, are you even doing a job that is in association with the degree that you got in school? And are you getting paid enough to even pay for those school loans and to support yourself in life? Or are those school loans dragging you down and keeping you oppressed and scared that you have to now go, burn yourself out to pay it off? Same with credit cards, same with owning a house, same with owning a car. We need to stop buying into the debt system. The debt system is our oppression. I guarantee that if every single person, if 10% of the population all decided today, you know what, I'm going to stop paying my debt. I'm going to stop paying into my own oppression, into my own fear, the system would crash. We could crash the system in a day if we all stopped buying into the debt system. Yes, Kimberly gets it. And this debt system, this oppression is all fear-based, because I have a friend. She told me, and this is a huge compliment, she was talking to her financial advisor, and her financial advisor says, who do you admire financially? Who runs their finances in a way that you admire? And she said, me. And I was like, well, why did you say that? Yeah, see, Curtis gets it too. Why did you say that? And she goes, well, because you're really good at managing your money and blah, 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 blah. But I think some of it comes from her and I have had a lot of conversations where she has debt. She has a large amount of debt. She has credit cards. She has school stuff. She owes for her kids. She owes for her ex. She owes for her house, for her car, for go on and on and on. And I've said, you know what? Just stop paying that stuff. Stop paying it. She's, and that's the scariest thing that you could even suggest to someone, is that they would stop paying on their debt. Like, oh, they're going to come after me and they're going to take my stuff and they're going to blah, blah, blah. And it's like, they don't really have the resources for that, to be honest. If a bunch of people couldn't pay, look at the debt crisis that we had, or the housing crisis we had in 2008. How many people couldn't pay for their homes? As all this inflation, they owed more than the houses were worth. People could live in their house for a whole year or two before it even got repossessed. How much money could you save, even if you stopped paying your mortgage and it takes 2 years for your house to be repossessed? What could you do with that money instead by not paying into the debt system? Same with credit cards. The process in coming after you and sending it off to a thing and blah, 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 blah is a long, big process. It's all based on fear. We fear that some big bad voodoo daddy here, who are actually a great band, so I shouldn't use them as an example, that they're going to come after us and like take away our shit. And it's like, they don't have the resources to do that. They are counting on us staying afraid so that we stay oppressed, because they don't have to oppress us. We oppress ourselves by building up debt and then by feeling tied down to it. Anyway, I don't even know what my point is exactly, but yeah, stop buying into your own oppression. Really consider stepping away. Here's something else I will tell you. I have experienced this. If I don't have cash on hand, then I don't need it. Right. Exactly, Kim. You get it. If you don't have the cash to pay for it, then you don't need it. And here's something about debt that I was going to say. So several years ago is when I was going through my divorce. We basically split our debt in half, and I ended up with my half of the debt, and he ended up credit card debt. And I missed a payment. And the credit card company started charging me all this stuff. It was a late fee and then an over the limit fee, right? And then I pay it off, but then I go over the limit again, because then now I don't have zero interest anymore, and now I'm paying interest because it was late, because I went over the limit, because penalty. And they kept piling it on, and I was like, you know what? F this shit, not doing it. I'm gonna actually practice this thing that I'm telling you to do. I've done it. I've done this thing. And I decided I'm not gonna pay. So the creditors called me for a year, fine. I'm waiting for it to go to collections, and I'm actually waiting. I don't know. I probably get even I have a little fear. Should I be admitting this, right? What if someone finds out? Who do I think is going to find out? They're going to come after me because I waited for my credit to go to collection so that I could strike a deal. And not have to pay all that debt. Because they don't care about me. They don't need my money. They don't need me to pay that debt back. I struck a deal with them. I paid off that portion, and now I've been debt free ever since. And it's amazing, and it's enormously freeing. So anyway, my point is I've done this. I've practiced it to very little consequence, apart from the enormous payoff of not having any debt. It also ruined my credit, which was a huge gift, because like Kim said, if I don't have the cash on hand, I can't afford it. So I've really lived to learn off exactly what I earn, and I have more money in savings than I've ever could have imagined in my whole life. So instead of putting money into debt, I now have a shit ton of money in savings, which is awesome. It sets me up, right? So anyway, I guess I could go on and on. My battery's about to die on my phone. One more thing is, the other day I was talking about buying, choosing to invest in a new earth economy with your money. So with that money you're not paying your debt with, pay coaches like me. Pay for your therapist. Pay for your physical therapy. Pay for you to do your inner work. Do your inner child healing. Pay someone to help you. And know that it's far less than you have ever paid into the debt system. It's far less than you've ever paid to your oppression. This is what is it? MasterCard, this whole thing is priceless. It's priceless. Spending all this money on stuff for the moment, for the pricelessness of it. The work that you do, the transformational work you do with a coach or with a therapist or something, it's priceless, right? Spend your money on that. Change. Create a new earth economy. Let's create a new system. Let's buy new things with our money, right? And make that about our own healing, so that we can be cycle breakers, so we can actually break this system. So not about blaming. If this, that, and the other, if the government just got their shit. The government's always been the government. When has it ever been great? Anyway, what I love is that my neighbor Curtis commented on this, and he literally lives in this house right back here. So I'm talking while he's commenting, which is super cool. Anyway, thank you for listening. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I would love to hear what fears come up for you. Thank you, Christina. Share what your experience is of this. I really believe this is a fear-based system, and if we stop being so afraid. Hey. Curtis says he's right behind me. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Have an awesome day. I'm gonna go plug my phone in. Sending you love. Do the brave thing. Yeah.